It's 23 October 2016 with the Bowery mission. New York City in the Bowery District of Manhattan. Part of the 21-day program. Just getting up at 6 o'clock. I'm a little late today because usually I'm usually up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But I'll tell you what, it's been a pretty interesting stay here. I took a big loss last Friday. Had all my records stolen. It was in the bag that I left in the chapel. So I could turn on my food stamps, and it seems that security was definitely not on the ball. There's security cameras on all over the building, but it seems nobody's seen anybody or seen anything. We have to contact the police to evaluate the So as you can see, the front desk is there. Nobody gets by that front desk. You have a security camera right here. You can see this is the chapel. My bag was sitting right here. So apparently what they saw on the camera was that some individual came in, male, black, tall, with a white hat, came, lifted up my bag, went out this door. But as far as we know, nobody saw this individual walk out this front door. Okay? Because I asked people that stand out there all day, and they said they saw nothing. To the best of my ability, this is a clothing room down here. For a lot of people get their clothing from donation, and when they get donations, so there's no camera in here. Nothing. Can't see what's out secondary camera system right here. This is a camera. This camera is a roundabout camera. And then we have a secondary camera right here. Yeah, I don't believe the police were being honest, but I believe they're more or less cahoots with these people because these people have quite a bit of money, and they make their money from donations. All my medical records from 9/11, all my research diagrams from the World Trade Center from the '93 bombing, you know, everything was just in the chapel, sitting there. You know, nobody was messing with it. I put it there last Friday about 10 o'clock because it was pouring rain out here. And nobody messed with it. Lunch crowd came in, several hundred people came in here. Nobody bothered. But it seems that an individual by the name of TJ, who kind of runs the operation, approached me about 2:30 when I arrived back from the welfare. I had not eaten lunch, so I was kind of like down on my sugar for my diabetes, and I also suffer from ground zero illness, cancer, a lot of shit that's wrong with me right now. and basically came back to New York to see if I could restart my medical procedures, and explained to the gentleman that it was raining outside, my paperwork was in there, and I could not walk that day with all my stuff because it weighed close to 100 pounds, clothes and so forth. He says, yo, you know, your stuff's going to get stolen if you leave it there. I said, it's been sitting here for 5 hours. Nobody's bothered it. It seems that when I stepped outside to go to the store, right around the corner over here, my EBT card wasn't working, and so I was talking to my friend and got my friend to buy me a slice of pizza so that my sugar wouldn't drop too low. When I came back, my bag was missing. You know, it seems that when he said it, the timing was impeccable because all day long, nobody messed with it. But it seems that as soon as this gentleman made mention of my bag being stolen, if I left it there, it gets stolen. It's almost like a premonition. Now this place has a habit of taking people's stuff. They call it recycling. This had happened to me before when I went through this program. And it didn't matter that I was part of a 21-day program this time, okay? They don't care. They don't have much thought for the 21-day program because it really doesn't make them any money. Now, if you join the Gateway program, that's money in their pocket for every bed every head that's in a bed, okay? It's pretty much money in the pocket for the 21-day program, too, because DHS, Department of Homeless Services, pays for that. But this situation here, they have little regard for. Gateway program, you get to leave your stuff upstairs. It's protected. Nobody really messes with your stuff. 21-day program, you stay here 21 days. You can't leave your stuff upstairs. Back in the day, you could, which was like after I left the last time 2 years ago, that's when you could. But there was no 21-day program until I left. And for some reason, there's no respect, there's no regard. I'm curious to know whether this bag ever left the building at all, because it was stated that the video, which by the way I could not view because I could not see the assailant perpetrator who stole my bag, allegedly stole my bag, had actually left the building, or if it went downstairs into the clothing area to be weighed and separated and taken, stolen, is basically what I call it, because if you take somebody's personal property, that's called theft. It doesn't matter what the situation is, because had it been a regular person coming here to pray who left something and that person's stuff had been taken, it would be considered theft. But since this is the homeless population, and the homeless population in New York City has very little respect, any rights, any nothing, just absolutely no regard whatsoever for our personal property, our respect as human beings, okay? That our stuff in front of a security camera, which is viewed by the man in the front door, okay? There's staff all over the place, and you're gonna tell me that somebody could walk into a church with security cameras, staff, the whole 9 yards, and just lift up a bag weighing close to 100 pounds and just walk out to church with it? I really don't believe that. My inclination is that it's downstairs, if it hasn't already been thrown out, because they throw out daily people's stuff, throw out clothes, food, and there's a big pile of garbage out here. Okay? But the fact that I explained to them that it was my medical records, my service records, and that anybody just had such little regard, such total little regard, you know, they don't care. This is not a Christian community as it poses itself as. It's more of a money racket situation going on here, because this is a program that's supposed to serve the homeless. The homeless people are down on their luck. They're at the last bit of hope. They're at the last leg to stand on. And they turn around and they poverty pimp. You know, they use the homeless community to expand their financial base, because this is not the only, they have several different locations. But it started off from here in 1879. And I mean, it's a good place to go if you're looking for shelter. But if you're trying to stand back up and you tell people, hey, you know, I'm sorry, I'm injured from 9/11, I can't carry this bag, please can I leave it in the chapel? You would think that the mercy of the church mission would say, you know what, I see it's pouring outside, I know you're going to go through something positive and constructive for yourself, you're not out there messing around, please, you know, we'll keep an eye on it. And that's what was happening. Nobody could figure out whose it was, you know, even though everybody knows it's my bag. So my bag got left here because it was raining, it was pouring cats and dogs outside. You know, I could not carry it because my diabetes and my other ill health would not allow me to carry it. So I left it in God's hands and I put it in the church, which is behind these red doors where I showed you before. And it was there all day long, all day. Nobody messed with it. But it seems that when somebody made mention, hey, is that your bag? You can't leave that there, it's going to get stolen. Well, you know, you have a security system in here that monitors everything. The security was negligent because it was there all day. Nobody messed with it. But it seems that on cue, as soon as somebody made mention that it was going to be stolen, it got stolen. Now, when I asked to view the videotape to see if I recognized the person so that I could go out and look for them to retrieve my stuff, I was not allowed to view the video. So I had to call the police, and the police were allowed to view the video, but it seems that the police never gave me a case number for missing property. It didn't, you know, it was procedural error, I believe, because when I was an auxiliary police officer, if somebody stole something from you, you at least received a case number to follow up on. So I believe that what happened was these people went to the police because they rushed the police first, even though I called them. And, you know, it basically bound down to the police are going to go on their side because, again, a homeless person doesn't have any rights here. If you have your 9/11 medical records, your 9/11 service records, you're in the fire department, you're in the police department, and all of your records are in that bag, and it gets stolen, doesn't matter. It's worse than have been killed on 9/11. You know, so let it stand as a fact. Let it stand as a fact.